Man, gosh darn it, I sure wish I traded myself. Did you hear about this out of the money print yesterday on Nvda at 455.05? Now, again, I've been on hallucinogenics all week, I'll admit it. But at 477 last night, when Nvidia was done getting its ass kicked, and we kicked its ass. By the way, there's a rumor on BlackBerry. We just shorted it. There was an out of money print, 455.05, when the stock was at 477. And I said to everybody, aha, that's the matrix showing its hand again. Just like it did yesterday, just like it did today, the market printed down at a low, and we went there. The market is completely rigged. And today was one of those days where if you watch it, and again, this is why what I do is so extraordinary. Just come and witness what I do. Zero money down. Okay? Zero money down. I'm not asking anybody for any money. There's no doubt in my mind that I will make you money in the 2 weeks or possible 3 weeks. And remember, I gave everybody a 3-month free trial from May 25th, basically till, what was that? August 1st. And if you ask nicely, I gave you the month of August too. So I basically gave you 3 months to hang out with me. If you couldn't expose me for the fraud that I am over 3 months, right? If you really still care whether or not I do all of these trades, know who doesn't care? The guy that's up another $16,000 today, just doing what I'm telling him to do, who made 38 grand the day before. Joe doesn't care whether or not I trade or not. He's up about 6 million since he met me. So again, what I do, and the reason I do it, is because this industry is full of fraud and charlatans and scum and inept people that are trying to steer you the wrong way. And again, I don't think anybody talks about their losing trades more than I do. I'm fucking proud of them. I'm proud of my NNOX trade. You know why I'm so proud of that trade? Is because I bought 4 contracts. I bought 2 contracts at 2 contracts at 5. My cost average is somewhere in the middle there. I got 4 contracts. When I do long-term investing, knowing how awful I am at it, because most stocks suck, right? Most stocks suck, and owning stocks is not my bag, baby. Every time I try, I lose money. So now, instead of getting crushed like Credo, remember when I bought Credo? We had the 1750 calls at $1. When the stock went back to 9, we lost $1. NNOX, we were kicking ass on those $15 calls for a while, but we got greedy. They're all the way to April. So we decided to let them ride. And now they're at 50 cents. Most you can lose when you're buying leaps is what you paid for the leap. It's a good way to be a long-term investor without having excessive risk or a bigger risk. But more importantly, about when did I get back from Greece? I came back from Greece, and the first thing I said is I explained this article that I read, how this woman came on CNBC. She also wrote an article. I forgot her name. She worked, I think, at SoFi. And she explained how she was getting her clients more involved in the tech sector because risk was on. Carvana hitting 58 the way it did convinced her at that moment, now is the time to start getting aggressively long the market. And I immediately came home from Greece and I said, now that you saw that article, now's the time to get the hell out of the market, because now officially the sheep are getting in. And what happens to the sheep? They get slaughtered. Last money in is the first money out. 387.50 to 357.50. That's what I said was going to happen, and it happened. So if you pay attention to what I say, you make money. And intraday, there's nobody better at this than me on the planet. And I proved it, and I just did it in front of a whole nother people. I just did a webinar in front of another 250 people that I've never met before. And every single one of them is sitting there going, how the fuck did you just do that? And I did it live. I gave prices to get in, prices to where things are going to go, where the pivot points are, where to cover, and what to do. And I guided everybody through every trade that we did for 4 straight hours. Oh, not really. I didn't get on the air till 9:15 because there was nothing going on in the pre-market. We knew Nvidia, the 455.05 idea was out there. We know the Qs were probably going to sell off if Nvidia was going to sell off. We knew that Powell was going to be talking to add to some of the chop. We made it through the chop. The multi-day VWAP was the resistance on the high of the day, right? So, again, I wish I had more haters. I feel like a loser that I don't. I only have a couple of people that like to criticize me. But what I like is informed criticism. At least you know about the NNOX trade. But the misinformed criticism is to say that I don't talk about it. I talk about my losers to the point where people tell me to shut up. We know the NNOX trade didn't work. Enough. How you doing? Watch out for that door. But the idea of a successful trader is that you can stomach, like for the 3 years where I didn't know what the fuck I was doing and I lost all the money I ever made in my life. Don't you remember that story? How many times could I tell it? Between 2012 and 2014, I couldn't do anything right. And there was a trade in the middle of all that where I had the largest short position in my life on. And I blew my whole life up. Like I was going to just roam the earth like David Banner and the Incredible Hulk. Like I didn't know what to do. I was hiding it from my family. That's how bad it was. I told that story over 150,000 times. How many times can I tell you the list of stocks that I've owned that went to zero? Come on, you guys know it. What's the list? Let's go. Enron. Remember, I was crying to my wife. I left the house. I left the office with 10,000 shares because I thought they were getting bought out by Dynegy. I got back to the office. I was down $38,000 when the stock was at 40 cents. Huh? Remember that story? How about the WorldCom? WorldCom? There's no way this is a fake company. I'm buying it right here at 250. Another 10 grand out the window. How about How about Penson? Guys, you remember Penson? The company goes public. I got a buddy that works there. Oh, yeah, we just revamped our software. You should buy the IPO here at 19 bucks. Oh, I'm in. 500 shares at 19 bucks. You know where the stock is now? Zero. I bankrupt a clearinghouse. How did they go out of business? I don't know, because I bought the stock. Still in escrow. You want to look at it? Then I got Leapfrog, right? Warren Buffett tells me I should buy what I know. Buy what I know. I'm forking over thousands of dollars in these Leapfrog cartridges. My kids are loving the games. I buy the stock. I sell puts on it. What happens? They went out of business. I was in at $30 a share. Lost 60,000 on that trade. I don't talk about my losses. You wanted me to keep going? How about Walter Energy? Oh, yeah, I kept buying the dip. Oh, reverse split. How about Dry Ships? Remember that one? Woohoo! I went down on the ship on that one too. You want me to continue? So we got Enron, we got Walter Energy, we got Penson. How about the Chinese stocks that I held? How about Smart Heat, right? How about Puda Coal, right? Remember those two? Yeah. Anybody in here, anybody listening to this video actually have been in the business long enough where you've owned 8 stocks that have actually gone to zero? I'm the guy. And I'm still doing it. Why? Because intraday, I make all that money back and then some. But now I'm finally starting to build myself up again because I ain't doing any of that shit anymore. That's why I don't care about the story. I don't give a shit about what you think you know about a company or every genius on YouTube. When a biotech stock goes up 300%, next thing you know, everyone's a fucking scientist. You don't know shit. You don't know shit about these companies and the drug just because. What's your due diligence? You read an article on the internet? Oh, good for you, Mr. Scientist. You don't know dick. The only thing that plays out consistently is price. That's why we trade VWAP, and that's why everybody should be shorting A and F, right? We got beat on it once. We got beat on it twice. We got beat on it 3 times. What did it do today? Consolidated and broke down. I see you. I see what you're doing there. Good. You got some revenge. And then you got this dumb Chinese wannabe Vietnamese electric car company. You know they don't make cars, right? But the stock's probably going to go to $250. Why? Because it's stupid. That's why it's going up, because it makes no sense. You know what stock I lost money on? My only loss today? You want to know what my only loss is today? Shorting HE. You want to know why? Because it made sense to me. That's my one loss today. I saw HE was getting smoked. And I was like, no way this thing holds 9. I'm shorting it here at 9.25. It gets to 9. I'm thinking, all right, there's no chance this thing's not breaking 9. And next thing you know, I'm getting squeezed out for a $180 loss. And then I gave it another shot because I was pissed. I lost another $100. Because that's me thinking. The chart's telling me to buy the stock, you idiot. And I ignored the chart. I ignored the VWAP. And that's my 2 losses for today. Because thinking doesn't work. The story doesn't matter. Who owns the stock is irrelevant. Price is the only thing that pays consistently. That's it. So when I invite people to the room and you hear me ranting and raving and seeing my charts and doing these trades live, you get it. And if you don't get it for 2-3 weeks, and if you took the whole summer with me for nothing, you know who doesn't care if I even put a trade on? Everyone. Nobody gives a shit whether I'm putting these trades on or not. They're just saying, please keep guiding me and feeding me this information. You think the 200 or the 500 people today give a shit whether or not I put these trades on? They don't. They just want the information. They want to learn, and they want to be able to do this on a consistent basis. And that's what I bring. So I wish I had some more haters. I do. But at least be informed about your criticism. Be informed. Not talking about my losers. People beg me to stop talking about my losers. They beg me. And by the way, I got till next April on those NNOX calls. So mark this down. Now that the stock's at 750, down 65%, because we like the story on that one. Remember the story on NNOX. That's why we bought it. Johnson & Johnson was investing in the company. The company hired one of the CEOs from other companies. So we like the insider action. We like that Johnson & Johnson was making a big investment in the company. We like their product and the what's the word I'm looking? We like the product and the prospects of what it could bring. And what the story get us? A punch in the face. And a stock that just went from $21 to $7.50. Ooh, tell me another story, Mr. Fairy Tale. Tell me how you have a hedge fund that you're making money on with all your stories. Ooh, tell me another story. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my nightcap on. Hang on. Ooh, tell me another story about what you know about the company. Means nothing. Flying taxis or worthless retail companies. It doesn't matter. Wannabe biotech stock or a bank. It doesn't matter. Pseudo takeovers on BlackBerry. Now our action's in hand. Right? You want to learn how to trade? I'll teach you in 2 seconds. Want to see what we did here on BlackBerry? BlackBerry. Can you believe it? There's a takeover rumor on it. Stock gets halted. What do you do when a stock gets halted? I'll explain right now. Write this one down. When a stock gets halted and comes out of the halt, a bullish halt, the low print of the halt is the stop for anyone who's still in the name. So BlackBerry got halted, opened up, The low print was 504. So I said, hey, if it breaks 504, short it, because it'll probably pull back to where it came from, which is around 485, right smack dab in the middle of the big candle. You don't see what I'm doing here, but my friends see me. Grizzly's here. There he is. Thank God you're back. We thought you were somebody. We thought you were a troll. We need to know more about you before you leave this time. You come in here every day and you say how awful everything is, and then you leave. And you talk about how you were here. There's no way you were here yesterday and didn't have the greatest day of your life. So I got to, please call me. My number is 917-521-4827. That number again, 917-521-4827. Please call me. I need to know who you are, what the hell you're doing, because if you are a real person, I would love to help you, because yesterday was the greatest trading day, not just of the week, of the year. Yesterday's trading day was the greatest trading day of the fucking decade. No, not even of the decade. What's 20 years? Of the score. 7 years ago, we haven't had a trading day better than yesterday. And if you couldn't figure it out yesterday, you got to be trolling us. No way you're a real person. But if you are, 917-521-4827, I want to take you under my wing. I'm going to give you a shock collar, and I'm going to make sure that you trade only reversals around VWAP. Because if you do that and you're losing, then you're living in another dimension, maybe called Bizarro World. Enough, Grizzly. Enough. Same comment every time. Stop it. Stop it. Another tough week of real trading. Are you out of your mind? Now, what the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah, BlackBerry. How you doing? So trades, they consistently find you. It's not the other way around. Here's the process. Oh, BlackBerry. Oh, my God, it's ripping. Oh, my God, I just got halted. So I'm teaching you now. If you're in a stock that gets halted on the upside, when it comes out of the halt, you hang in there unless it breaks the low print of the halt candle, which in this case was 504. Right? So when it broke 504, the midpoint VWAP was 494. The multi-day was saying 488. So we shorted 504 and we looked to cover at 488. You know what that is? That's a day's pay right there, Holmes. You want to see the trade? I put it on. You want to see? You want to come to my house? I'll cook you something to eat. I'm a great chef, too. You probably don't believe that either, right? Jews can't cook, right? I'm the best. I make a great meatball. I make a great sauce. I'm awesome. I got Italians in the family that taught me how to cook, see? You think you know about me? You think you know about me? You don't know shit. And the bottom line is, and I'm going to say this one more time, why? Why would you care? What do you really care what I'm doing with my money? You know where my money is right now? I am short 2,633 calls naked on the QQQ because I think the high of the year is in. And I'm just going to sit here waiting for them to expire every month. And that's how I'm going to make my money. And the rest of my money's in cash. SWVXX. That's where my money's at. Everything else is just a trade to me. My 4 contracts in NNOX can eat a big dick. It doesn't matter. It's one trade. But I came on yesterday, and I'm glad I don't know if I made the video or not. I forget what I'm doing half the time. It's been a weird week. Spiritual journey that I'm on. 455.05 on Nvda. I'm pretty sure I did make the video, but at least I told enough people that when it happened, we were all freaking out. And it happened. And you're below 455.05. So last night, and here's where you probably shouldn't even believe this. Collectively, it wasn't just me. I had a couple of people on the same mindset. I said, if this thing gets to 520 and can't break back above it, look for a 50-point retracement, 10%. And if it doesn't hold that price, you're going to go back to 450. And then I saw that 455 print. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely right. And you know what I did about it today? Stupid idiot that I am? Nothing. Because I missed the entry. And then I missed the entry, but I went and shorted the Qs instead. So that was my secondary trade. And here, let me just talk about my losses one more time, because I want to talk about my loss, because when you talk about your losses, you learn from them, and you try not to make those mistakes. What were my 2 losses today? Was anybody paying attention? Huh? Anybody paying attention? What did I just say? My 2 losses were in HE short. Because numbnuts that I am, I did a trade on what I thought was going to happen, not what is happening. And then I got pissed and I tried it again and I lost again. There was no reason to short HE. There was actually reasons to buy it. But my brain is telling me, this is going to go out of business today. You're going to get halted on the downside. Stay short. And those are my 2 losses. The winning trades were the ones where we saw the trade. Here's the price. Here's the VWAP break. There's the range break. Let's do this trade. Here's where it's going. Let's make some money. Cover here, cover there. Let's go long. And we did all right. Thinking's overrated, my friends. But I'm telling you, what's the sickest part of today is this VFS. The VFS trade, just if you haven't yet got this down, the market is bullshit. All of it. That's why I really love trading the way we do. We know it's bullshit. We know it's rigged. And that's why dumb stocks like this can go from 11 to freaking $68. And it's not even stopping. Whenever it gets to 120, I'll be there. And if it breaks 120, it's probably going to 250. I'll be there at 250 waiting. You want to ride? What's the name of the company? VinFast Auto out of Vietnam. You think this company is worth more than Ford, GM, and 6 other car companies all together? They made 8 cars. Okay, cool. Hopefully it goes to $250 a share, and then they create options on it, because I'm going to buy a $200 put for $3, and I'm going to cash out of it at $100 when the stock crashes. But right now, you can't get in the way. It's ridiculous. And that's my time, people. I haven't even got up yet. I got to get something to eat. All right. I still think we're going down into the end of the day. So all this bullishness right now to me is bullshit. But, I had 2 shorts on, 1 long. So far, so good. Actually caught the 360 calls for $1.25. Sold them at $1.50 average price. Got out of some at $1.65. All right. I'll be right back. YouTube, like the video, subscribe, tell 10 friends. And remember this, if you're going to take away anything from what I've been saying since 2007, it's free. Free. Come and hang out. Nobody does it like we do it. We want to make you money first. So then asking you for some of that money back to hang with us for a few months or a few years, it's not a very tough decision. If you come in for 2 weeks and you're like, wow, these guys are a bunch of schmucks just talking about tripping on acid, they don't even trade. What the hell's going on in there? I would never pay for this. Nobody would pay. But that's not what happens. We talk about tripping on acid and bugging out in the middle of the day when there's nothing going on. But right now, there's plenty to go on. There's plenty going on. That's why come and experience it for yourself. And if you're going to criticize, if you're going to bash, if you're going to hate, do it Informed criticism I do appreciate. And I have the thickest skin. You want to insult me? Go ahead. Look at me. I'm a mess. Beat me up, chop me down. Doesn't matter. But be informed about your criticism. That's all I need. Be informed about the criticism. Come on. You could do it. You could do better, trolls. You could do it. All right? Be careful out there. 72 on VFS, headed to $80. When I said $80, somebody said, what are you, out of your mind? This is how the market works. When dumb stocks break 50, they go to 80. And if this ridiculous wannabe fake car company out of Vietnam breaks 80, it's a good chance it's going to go to 120 because that's how it works. How do you know that's how it works? Because I've been staring at the screens my whole life. 5 gets you 750, 750 gets you 10, 10 gets you 1250, 1250 gets you 15, 15 gets you 20. You get into the 20s, you start moving in 5-point increments, 25, 30, 30. You get into the 30s, you generally go to 50. If you go to 50, chances are you go to 80 because that's how the market works. You're 6 points away from 80. It's insane. It's insane. And if it breaks 120 and it's at 250, you'll remember this conversation. And then hopefully we get a chance to short it at $250 because I'm going to bash this stock and I'm going to ram it down their fucking throats one day, all the way back to $2. Rock and roll. Or maybe we don't. But right now, you're 6 points away from going to 80. It's insane. But is it insane? When you know how the game works, you kind of actually think, it's another one of these. We've seen enough of them. We've seen enough HKDs and JWMs and pump and dump bullshit. It's not even like amazing anymore. It's kind of amazing that it still happens, but it's really not that amazing because we've seen it a million times. It's sick. And what's sick is somebody bought this fucker at $30-something and got whacked out probably at 12. Then it went back to 40. Then it went back to 20. I mean, people are getting crushed. And the guy that just fell into a coma because he bashed himself in the head for buying the stock, he just woke up out of his coma going, holy shit, I'm above 50 grand. Oh, man, this market's out of control. But is it? It's not. It's all controlled. It's all manipulated. It's all rigged. Come join us. There's 2 other guys in my chat room that know what they're talking about too. Wait till you see them in action. If you guys haven't met Solid Jello, you guys haven't met our secret project now. You haven't met our secret weapon, Sleon. Guy's on fire. Anyway, I'll see you guys when I see you. Have a great weekend. I'll be at the Gimme Gimme Disco Festival at Asbury Park tonight. And then if you want to come join me, my buddy's playing in a band over at the Colts Neck Firehouse. We're getting loaded. We're going to have a good time. What movie is that from? What is it that you want to do? I want to get loaded. Have a good time. What's that? Rebel something? Rebel Without a Cause? No. Who's that guy? You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I'm rambling on now. See you when. Want to get loaded. Have a good time. Where's that from? Come on. Somebody knows. I don't know. I know it's a movie. What is it that you want to do here? If they're in a court, there's like a motorcycle gang. Want to get loaded. Have a good time. No? Nobody? All right. Just me. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And if you haven't taken the trial, damn it, do it. Is it Easy Rider? It's got to be, right?